Has this ever happened to you or someone you know? You're working an opportunity and you're certain you have the deal won. All the signs are pointing in your direction. The team's demonstrated enthusiastically why your solution is better than what your competition is offering. Then you lose. And not only that, but you also learn later that one of your competitors was actually the preferred alternative all along. But why? Was it a personal relationship, prior experience with their solution, or something else? And does it really even matter at this point? Hi, I'm Bob Sanders with Axiom Sales Kinetics, and we want you to know that if this ever happens to you or people on your team, it doesn't have to be this way. There is a way for you and your team to uncover the hidden issues that impact your opportunities while there's still time to either develop a winning strategy or invest your energy where you have better chance of winning. While virtually all salespeople want to understand the competitive landscape within each opportunity they pursue, few actually ask the right questions to uncover the information they need to facilitate a candid, productive conversation with their buyers. There are generally two reasons for this. First, they often don't know the right questions to ask to consistently identify all of the other alternatives being considered and which, if any, the buyer favors at the present time. Second, even if they were fully skilled at asking the right questions, they might not ask them. That's because many salespeople don't really want to know if their buyer is favoring another alternative because they don't know what to do if they find this out. They'd rather plow ahead in hopes of convincing the buyer that their solution is better than to find they can't win and have to prospect for a new opportunity. So how do we equip people to uncover this information earlier in the process and take the appropriate steps to save and win opportunities they can and move on from those they can't win? It turns out the answer to both lies in mastering four simple questions. Question number one, what other alternatives are you considering? Notice we aren't asking about our competition, we're asking about their decision. This is a subtle but important distinction. The buyers, need to understand what the differences are between the alternatives they're considering in order to determine which is best. Our job is to help them do just that, which leads to our second question. Question number two, does anyone appear more capable than the others, and if so, why? It may be that even in the early stages of their evaluation, our buyer's seen something they really like. If so, they'll be comparing the other alternatives to that one, and they need to understand what that alternative is and what they like about it. We need that information. Question number three, if all things were equal, who would you choose and why? It's also possible that it's too early in their evaluation for them to be leaning toward one solution. They may not yet know enough about any solution to be favoring one over the others. However, and this is key, that does not mean they have no preferred alternative. The reality is many buyers go through an entire evaluation only to find all the alternatives look pretty much the same, but they still select one over the others. Perhaps it's because they have experience with that one. Maybe it's because they'd heard good things about that option from a trusted source, or maybe, and this happens more than we'd like to imagine, maybe they have a prior relationship with someone at the other company, and if they don't see any better option, they'll support that relationship. Whatever the reason, if our buyer does have a preconceived favorite, even if it isn't because of something in their solution, we need to know about that. That's the only way we can set ourselves up for the candid and essential conversation that begins with our fourth question. Question number four, what would you need to see to be convinced that one alternative is better than the others? No matter whether the buyer does or does not have a favorite alternative, no matter whether they're favoring one option over the others because of something they like in the solution or because they have a personal relationship with the other sales rep. No matter what we learned in our previous three questions, our next step is to work with a buyer to determine exactly what they need to see to be certain one alternative is actually better than the one they prefer now, better than the others. Let's face it, without their involvement, we can't know what they need to see to be convinced we're better than their current favorite. Sure, we could guess and hope, but guessing and hoping often leads to frustration and wasted time. By identifying the true favorite in our buyer's mind, we can have a conversation that's more candid and substantive than we could ever have otherwise. If we can determine what must be done to displace or become the favorite, and we can do it, we win. If we determine what must be done and we know we cannot do it, we move on and save everyone some time. And a side note, buyers respect this candor and often come back to buy from people who don't try to pressure them into the wrong solution. And if we cannot figure out what they need to see in order to know which alternative is best, well, then we keep working with them to do just that. But we don't propose something that we hope they'll buy. To be sure, there's some nuance to this conversation, and becoming proficient with these questions in a wide range of scenarios, it takes some effort, but we're here to help. If you'd like complimentary access to our online content to learn more about why, when, how to execute these questions, just click the link below this video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Mindful Selling for more practical suggestions to help you achieve dramatically better results with less stress than you ever imagined.